I think that his shyness combined with his stammer were interpreted as weak-mindedness or even stupidity, which, as history proved, are extremely wildly unfair judgments. His not just his performance, I think, as the kind of leader he was, I think shows that he had a great deal of strength, actually. There was something utterly rigorous in his devotion to what he saw to be his duty. I think the premise alone is pretty compelling. I mean, the idea of this unlikely relationship between a man who lives in this very lonely and rarefied existence and a man he's very unlikely to meet under any other circumstances. You know, he's one of the commoners. You don't spend that much time with somebody. You know, if you're the king or the Duke of York, it's unlikely that you spend that much intimate time with somebody who is not of your class. So it's an unlikely friendship, and that's what the crux of it is, really. It's a friendship between a man who is suffering not only from a speech impediment, but from the weight of an enormous task that he didn't expect to have to perform. Oh, he's quite fantastic in that he never lets an obvious choice get through. He didn't want it to be about a stiff member of the royal family and a crass Aussie who has no idea how to behave. Which, you know, you could sort of make a kind of comic dynamic if you wanted to, out of Crocodile Dundee meets the Duke of York. And he wasn't interested in that. He made Lionel much more textured. He made him vulnerable. He gave him very slightly mixed motives. Rather than being completely unimpressed with the prestige of his client, he made him a little bit impressed. But not enough for that to be his driving force, just enough to make him complex. He gave Logue a real thoughtfulness and warmth, which made it feel very easy for me, really. I've known Helen a very tiny bit for a very long time, and she's fun, and she's quite filthy. She's outrageous. Sadly, she's supposed to be playing someone who's very supportive of me. She finds that quite difficult. Whenever I'm stammering, if I catch her eye, she's usually looking at her watch or yawning, hoping that the moment passes as quickly as possible. Fortunately, when the camera's on her, she looks delightfully supportive. And I got stuck in a lift with her the other day, with the camera operator. And if I had to choose somebody to get stuck in a lift with, actually, she comes fairly high on the list, because she's amusing, attractive, and very small.